Hello and welcome back to Ars Nouveau. Today, I'm honestly not quite sure what we're going to do, but one thing is I did see a witch over here, and so I'm going to pick her up in this little soul gem. I'll probably dispel her into a Wixie later, but for now, yoink, thank you. And you can just kind of go that way. Bye-bye. The main thing is, I want to build. I want to build this much bigger, much taller, but I'm not really sure where to start. And so I think what I'm going to do first is I've been laying down a couple of these simple graves from Corel Tombstone. I might decorate with different ones as well throughout here, but I'm thinking this little area here would be a nice little kind of a garden almost, and maybe do a little bit of Botania in here as well. Nothing too fancy, but I figure my gear here, I did real basic enchanting on it with just an enchanting table and whatever books I happen to have, but yeah, it's not cutting it. I need something better. So maybe we could do a bit of Botania, and if we're lucky, get the mana enchanter going, because that thing's useful. So like I said, I think we're going to start by making this into a bit more of a garden, and to do that, I want to build just a simple kind of border around this, like the word trellis is coming to mind. It's not a trellis. I want some pillars and stuff going around the edge. So let's get some calcite. Thank you to Satcat. I mined out a little bit of calcite from under your base, so yeah, now we have 25,000, so we should be good for a while. Let's grab our backpack here. No, wrong button. There we go. Scroll, please. And stonecutter, let's turn you into polished calcite. Gonna get a couple of those and some pillars as well. And probably two of those. Let's see, anything else? These guys are kind of cool. Okay, so we've got materials. Let's kind of just map out a real quick thing. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the grass out to maybe here. So just in line with that wall right there, and try to square this off a little bit better than it is. And of course, I can't say it enough, but effortless building really makes us, well, effortless. So just going to kind of patch this up, make it look a little bit natural underneath there. I don't want it just to be like a sheer cliff edge. Or do I? I might do something. For now though, we're going to just worry about making the grass green. So for now, big square. Do we have enough? Do we have enough? We do, perfect. Okay, a little bit more, and let's do this side as well. Like that, and let's get a couple. Now the green grass is going to spread over all of this, except for the podzol, of course. Get rid of you. Regular block, please. And I don't think I have any other regular grass here, so this should be good to just spread out with the dark green. Now that we've got that, let's map out a little bit of the wall. So I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, just kind of some pillars along here. And I think what I'll do, maybe if I set it back one, yeah, that'll work. One pillar there. Let's do a 3 wide, because that'll allow me to do like some stairs over the top there to kind of round it out a little bit. I could do 4. We'll see what this comes out to. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A couple of those. If I do one more, let's patch this up. And one there. Okay. I think that will work. That will then kind of make it over here. We do one there, and one there. Wow, I didn't even plan that out. Okay, I guess we're going with 3s. Cool. And of course, no such luck on this side, but you know what? That might actually be okay. If we have that there, put a pillar there, we do 1, 2, 3, 4. So there will be one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that going to be a problem? I'd rather it be centered. Let's just center it here. You know what, we're just going to do that and pretend that it works out. So one there, and then let's break this back a little bit. Want a little bit of grass there, I think, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. But if I do it this way, those will be even. It doesn't need to be even with this side, I don't think. It's going to bug me if it's not. It's a problem with just kind of playing it by ear and just building stuff without actually like counting. Because when you do want to count, then it doesn't work. So we're gonna ignore it, honestly. Let's go up. Let's do 5 block. 5 block sounds good. There, one there, one there, and I'm just gonna go fill in the rest. And I think as a solution to this otherwise not lining up is I'm just going to pretend like it's not supposed to line up. By moving this over here, let's do a single block, please. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me, I was flying. 4, 5. Oh, I double tapped jump, that's why. And if we just break this out, and let's move you, and move you out by 1, then suddenly it will line up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and break you. Cool. Now it suddenly lines up, and it looks like I did that on purpose. Cool. Let's have this come out here. We'll have this as another way up into that tower there. I want that to be more of a tower. I'm not sure what else will be in there, but I do want to connect it from the inventory storage side as well. I might put something down here too. Perhaps. Either way, not what I'm working on today. Today, I'm just going to kind of dig out this pathway. We'll fill in the ground here with the regular pathing that we have. But for now, let's get back to actually building this. So let's place a couple of these on top. I haven't really done any like real design for any of this base, so I don't have like a creative world where I'm building it there and then trying to carry it over. It's why my base is basically just a bunch of wireframes still. But you know what? It will eventually work. We just kind of have to trust that it will. Sure, at some point. But for now, let's do one there and one right where that light is. Thank you. And then we can continue the pattern on this side, which is right there, and one right over there. So let's fill in those pillars. So I was moving these graves around with Carry On mod, and it turns out if you pick them up with Carry On, when you put them down, suddenly it's black. So just as a thing to keep in mind. One thing is I'm taking these are framed floorboards from framed blocks. I'm putting them in front of them here, and I want to see if I apply Podzol to this. Perfect, it looks like it's an actual grave now. Okay, cool, so I'm just going to place these down here, and we'll fill in the rest later. For right now, I just wanted to move them off of the little pathway here. Alright, so I've got a bunch of pillars in place here, and I think what I'm going to do is just kind of make a border of this, and I'll have it go on the other side as well, but I couldn't reach it. And I'm trying to decide if I want these stairs, which of course that just broke. Pick you up again, please. Do I want this kind of stair, or do I want this kind of stair? You know, looking at this, I think I'm going to go with this one with more detail. Let's see. So let's grab a stack of these and see how that looks. Cut Azurine brick. There we go. Line of view. And you can go over there. Another line right here and see if that works. Do I like that? Maybe. And I think what I'll do here is just connect this up straight up to this doorway here, which rubber banded into, of course. Do I have any regular calcite? No, I do not. That's probably fine. And one thing I would like to point out also with effortless building here is the leather randomizer bag. Well, there's different tiers, of course, but the leather one is pretty nice to start with. We're going to start with placing a line here. It will allow us to randomize which type of blocks we want to use, which is pretty darn handy. Let's see, that was from right here, you to over here. Oh, right. Have to actually do with this. There we go. Break you, please. It's a little finicky sometimes, but whatever, still like it. From you over to here. Cool. I like that. So let's take a look at what it looks like from the air. I was actually expecting it to go further this direction, and I might have to kind of shape the hill here a little bit better and push this further out, because I do want it to go further this direction. I want it to be longer than it is wide, and right now it's wider than it is long. So yeah, I'm probably going to break that and move it over this way a little bit. Okay, so I've got the roof done there, but like I said, I think I want to bump this out a little bit further, and I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about that, because I like the length of this. I think this is good. That's where I want it to be, because I want it to be right at the edge of this, right to the bridge over there, to the other mountain. Cookie Monster Mountain, by the way. Over here, though, that's going to be a steep cliff, and it's going to be kind of a pain to terraform. So I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about that. I might just build it up, just using like a sphere tool to build around it there, and we'll kind of see how that works out. In the meantime, though, I do like how the roof on this works. I like how it feels. I'm happy with it. It's just not big enough. I want it to go that way further. I decided that I like the idea of having a little walkway around the edge here. I'll have to figure out how to actually form this mountain later. Yeah, not sure what. But now I've got a little bit wider here. I just did the exact same thing. Copy this over 4 blocks to have a nice little pathway. Now, the roof line here, I need to figure out how I want to form that. Do I want it to be taller? Like if I just keep it going straight up in a angle here, so it'd be like, let's see, there, 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 and center it, I guess there? I could do that. I could also just make it flat on top of the roof. Haven't decided yet, but we'll figure that out later. But the next step here in this build process, and I'm kind of wanting to give you like a overview of how I go about building things, is what we're doing today. And then once I have some room, then I can work on some Botania. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear out this wall that I built. So it's sort of to match other sides of the base. I've got this little gilded arcane brick there. I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to push this all back so it's right behind here instead. So I've got the extra pillar and then the wall right behind it. I think that may work out. Alrighty, I am quite happy with how this is turning out. I've got a little walkway around the edge here. I've finished, well, I didn't finish. I started having this go that direction. I'll figure out what to do with this little stairway later, but for now I've got walkway around the outside. I've got a couple lights there. I want this area mostly dark. I've got mega torches around, so it's not going to matter anyway for spawns, so I can kind of do some stuff with aesthetic lighting. So I've got these soul lanterns, different shapes and sizes, just kind of scattered around, just to give it a little bit of light. I did move the graves around just a little bit. I'm not done with that, but I ran out of the essence of undeath, so I'm going to need to farm up some of that. I think it's from killing undead, not entirely sure. But if we look over here, yeah, underneath is still basically open. Like I said, I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that. I might, what I'll probably do is have it come down as like a reinforced type thing, maybe down to 3-4 blocks or so, and then build some sort of like big support pillar up. Either that or maybe at an angle. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But for now, we've got a nice little garden here, and I'm still not sure if I want to keep this middle section or not. Might not. Don't know. But we have a garden, so let's figure out what we can put in it. Oh, cool. Perfect timing. There's a soul, and there should be several more coming in pretty quickly. I would think. That was one of the last ones I used. Why are the rest of them? Oh well. They eventually come back in. I've been disenchanting random items that I have. For instance, if I look in diamond here, I think I've got everything unenchanted in here already. Gold, I still have a couple random items here and there. Feather falling boots, we'll take those. Disenchanting. The way this works is place the item in your offhand, grab a book of disenchantment. This is from Corail Tombstone. So if I right click you, poof, it strips all the enchantments off and gives me enchanted books for each enchantment on there. Not just one book with like 8 items on it, individual books for each of them. So pretty useful, especially if we get into Botania mana enchanting. So while I'm filling in the bottom here, it also is going to be pretty nice because this will give me an area to work below here. I'll just have kind of the outer edge, so it'll be solid, but the inside, there we go, fill that over here. The inside will then at least have a platform. So that means I can move some Botania stuff down here, and if I can, I would like to get most of the automation stuff below ground. That way it's kind of out of sight, and the garden remains a garden instead of a big redstone test world, is what it would kind of normally look like and what it'll look like down here. So let me fill in the rest of this and figure out a simple wall pattern for this, and we will be right back. I'll worry about the wall later, but we dug out a big area. So to get started with Botania, of course, we do need a petal apothecary. There's a couple different colors of these, varieties. Yeah, I'm just going to go with regular cobblestone. Doesn't really matter. And I've got a whole bunch of mystical black petals because I needed black dye earlier. So, petal apothecary. Let me turn off effortless building. And location, honestly, doesn't matter. This is a temporary spot anyway. In fact, it's not going to work here. Temporary spot's going to be over here because I need a hole in the ground. So let's go ahead, quickly break that, and get ourselves... Perfect, already have it. Touch water, cool. Now we have water, now we have petal apothecary, I've got access to my storage, so let's go ahead and get some flowers. So, Pure Daisy needs white flowers, so let's grab a couple of these. I think I need 4, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll do 2 of these just to get a little bit. Handful of seeds, and a bucket, looks like. Do I have a bucket in here? Okay, so bucket that up, toss you in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a set of seeds. And let's just do that again. Right click with empty hand, so you can either 2 ways to do this. Right click with empty hand, it'll toss everything else in except for the seeds. Or I could have just done that for my inventory. So 2 pure daisies. I don't plan on automating it like I did last season with trying to get living rock, because I'm going with more of the calcite here. I'm not sure how the calcite and living rock is going to go together. I think living rock is a bit more yellow. Not entirely sure. So I'm not going to bother automating it, but at least for now, I can get some living rock and living wood because I'll need that to advance. Let's go ahead and grab some logs. Log, I guess. Doesn't really matter if these. I'll just use oak because I've got a bunch of it. And place you down. Cool. And let's grab some stone as well, because I will need both. And effortless building. Poof. Cool. Right, and I forgot. Living wood log. That's a thing now. It's no longer just you get living wood. It's now an actual log, so it has the log shape on it. We'll see what we can do with that. Living rock, you're basic. You're kind of just the same thing it's always been. What I'm going to do here, though, is let's switch back to that. Grab the spell and clear you. Let's turn you into a touch and chaining and exchange. Where are you? Touch, chaining, exchange. There we go. So now I can just go boop, and it's all back to stone. I can do the same thing with living wood, just by switching the first thing in the hotbar here is what I'll replace it with. So we'll go boop, cool. And let's get our extra one there. Okay, well now we've got a little bit of this. Let's take a look at what we can do with it. We can turn it into planks, same as normal. Do I use this for anything on its own anymore? These are going to be just the regular recipes. Let's see, Drum of the Wild, that's kind of normal. Glimmering, cool. Let's see, Mana Blaster. I think my main question is whether or not I use, okay, so the Gateway Core, I think I use it the same as you'd use regular living wood from before. It just now has a texture. Okay, yeah, so the spreader used living wood logs still, whereas before it was just regular living wood, but it's kind of the same thing anyway. So no real difference in the recipes it looks like, but just kind of a different texture and name, I guess. So let's keep that, and we'll get a couple more of these. Okay, so while these guys are cooking up, I also grabbed the materials here to make some endo flames. Let's go ahead and change those as well. It's going to be some lightning as it renews the souls up there. I used them pretty quickly, so it's just going to go through them. Let's go here, grab our bucket, toss you in, and turn you guys into actual petals. I want to make a couple of these. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, perfect. Toss you in, and we have ourselves an endo flame. So just going to repeat that a few times. There we go, and toss you in. Bucket, you, and toss you in. Let me make the rest of these. Alright, I don't know why I cut away for just crafting the last one there, but whatever. We've got ourselves a mana pool, and let's get ourselves a spreader as well. Go away so I can click on things here, please. Thank you. Mana spreader. Perfect. So, doesn't need to be anywhere in particular. I'm just going to bring this actually upstairs, because it's going to be our garden area, of course. So, yeah, where do I want you? I'm just going to do, I think right here is a good spot. And our spreader can go there. And next we need our endo flames. So, I'm planning on automating this pretty much immediately here. So, just going to go like this. You guys should all be bound to that. I don't have myself a rod yet. Or a wand of the forest, rather. There we go. With twig. I think I need 3 of these. There we go. And let's get some petals. Petal. And we're just going to go with black. Cool. Because we've got a lot of black. Okay, so let's double check. These guys are all bound over to that spreader. Perfect. Now we're just going to toss stuff in. So I've got a whole bunch of blazing archwood as well as blazing archwood saplings. So for now, I'm just going to toss you guys in. Should all burn. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to slowly produce mana, especially very slowly if I pick it up. Thank you. That's just going to slowly work away there. In the meantime, let me grab the materials I need in order to actually automate that. Okay, I've got a design here that I've never actually tried before, so we'll see if it works. Let's grab some coal. And we're going to do blocks of coal for now. We can figure that out later. So if I put you in here, right now nothing should happen. I'm going to place a redstone torch under here. Should drop that item once it gets picked up. Perfect. it turns on the torch again because it's no longer being powered from the pressure plate. First problem. If that bounces to the side, then it's no longer going to be on the pressure plate and it'll break the cycle. So let's put a couple more blocks around here. Like that. And let's try it again. Now in theory that should work. It's a wonderful theory. It's not going to because you're being powered from below from that torch. Okay, back to the drawing board. Alright, well I'm just going to do the same basic design we did last time, which is open crate here, pressure plate underneath it. That is going to then be powering a hopper. Goes into you. So if we can turn off the hopper, then it'll stop dropping things down here. Now, one issue here is that coal blocks are not ideal for this. It takes longer than 5 minutes to burn them, if I recall. They just keep cooking for 5 minutes there. So what ends up happening... Actually powering? Yes, you are. What ends up happening then is they actually will despawn before they can get, burnt. So not exactly ideal, but for testing I think it'll be fine. Let's see, we've got that going into there. Can I stick if I put a torch under here, kind of same thing as before. So right now it's being powered. To turn it off, I want to actually invert that signal. Okay, so let's see if I do instead block there, and how do I want to do this? If I just do it instead with, when I want that to turn off, or when there's an item there, hopper needs to be off. So when there's an item, I just need that signal to go straight in. And in order to do that, let's grab ourselves some dust. Cool. Dust goes there. That's not going to power it directly. I need to have it actually go up. So if I do a block here, you gonna work? Maybe, let's see. If I load you in, drops 1, powers it. Yeah, that works. Now, blazing archwood saplings are of course not the ideal fuel for this because they only burn for, I want to say, half an item. But I've got a lot of them. I can fill this up probably 3 or 4 times with how many saplings I have from this tree farm. So for now, I'm just going to be kind of using that. Just because it's an item. I don't need to do anything about it. It just exists. I've got plenty of them, so might as well use them. Otherwise, they're just going to keep piling up in there, and I'll have to start voiding them. So this at least gets me a small trickle of mana, which I think is good for our uses right now, because right now I'm not using Botania anything except for this ring. I might switch out my pickaxe, I think. But it's kind of not doing a diamond pickaxe, just using this one up. But I think a mana steel pickaxe is in order. Let's go ahead and grab some iron, which we've got a couple iron left here. 3 of those should be good. Toss you in. 1, 2, 3. Cool. And we can make ourselves a pickaxe. So let's grab, I need some living wood. Let's grab 2 of the twigs. And 3 mana steel across top gets us a mana steel pickaxe, which is a slight upgrade. It says efficiency on breaking. This one, it still has durability. I don't remember how much durability it has. If I do F3H. No, F3H. There we go. Turn F3 off. There we go. This has 250. This one has 300. So slightly higher durability, but also can be repaired by just, charging it up. So let's go ahead and place that back. Thank you. And I think we've got ourselves a new pickaxe. Well, the next thing we need for our Botania speedrun here is we need a altar. So let's go ahead and type in altar. We need a runic altar, which is pretty simple. It can either be diamond or mana pearl. We've got plenty of both of those, so got ourselves a runic altar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this right here, and we're going to get ourselves another spreader. It should be quick. There we go. And this one's going to go just right here. So it's facing into here. This one, I'm not going to redirect it. I just want to always point it here. As it generates mana, it's just going to go in here. This guy's going to fill up on mana and power our table. So what do we need? The reason why I want this actually is for a jaded amaranthus. This will just give me a lot of the flowers themselves, so I won't need to go out and either bone meal them. I can just come over here, pick them up as whenever I want really, and just have flowers. So Rune of Spring is what I need for that though. which needs water and fire. Pretty simple. Let me grab the materials for these, and we can make ourselves a Jade Amaranthus. So, water rune, first one is done. I'm going to go ahead and make 5 sets of these, and then once I get the fire, we can get our rune of spring, and finally get our flowers so we don't have to do much. That was really fast. Okay. You know me that fast? Nice. That's a lot faster than I thought it was. Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and finish these, and then we get the fire. Okay, I let this sit for a little bit so I can have a bit more mana for this next part here. We've got our fire runes, we've got our water runes, we need... No, I only need 1 wheat. Pull you back, thank you. And I need 3 saplings. There we go, Rune of Spring crafting up. It's probably going to drain all my mana here. That's okay, I'll just let it sit for a little bit longer. Now these... Click that. It gives me back my fire runes, but I also only get 1 of these. So basically, its cost is just the mana, the wheat, and the saplings. So not too bad, honestly. 1 of you, 1, 2, 3. 1 of you, 1 of you. I'm gonna make a couple of these. Right now I only need the 1, but it's always good to have a couple of the runes on hand because it's easy enough to make in bulk here, but it's more annoying if I have to come back later just to get 1 more. So while that's working way upstairs, we can go ahead and make our next flower. Got our water in there ready. Thank you. And we need purple, lime, green, redstone root, and rune of spring. That gets us everything we need, and I already apparently threw my seeds back in storage. Thank you. Now, I'm never going to need more than 1 of these. I really don't actually, yeah. It's going to fill up. I'll have plenty from this. So for now, I'm just going to place you kind of in the middle here. I'm not sure how far you can pull from, but we'll see if it can pull far enough. Cool, it can. Okay, so that's just going to slowly produce those. It'll use a little bit of mana as we go, but eventually I'll have just a big field of flowers here, and I can come by whenever I need and just pick them up. In fact, something that could be handy for that is a drum. So the various drums here do different things. Drum of the Wild will break a bunch of flowers. Drum of Gathering shears sheep. And I think it can also do cows. If you have buckets underneath cows and hit that, then it'll grab that. Drum of the Canopy, if I recall, basically just breaks leaves around it. Useful for like a tree farm. But what I can do is get ourselves a Drum of the Wild, which is Horn of the Wild, some living wood, and leather, which I think I've got all of that available. So horn, got pasture seed, oh, I actually do. Horn can go there, and I think I've got everything else. Drum of the Wild, perfect. So if I place this, say, here, hit it, I have to actually hit you with Mana Burst, don't I? I thought I could just punch you and make it have a drum sound. Okay, well, we can move it over here and get a Mana Burst, I think. You know what? No, we're just going to do it this way. Let's get another Horn of the Wild. Because then I can just come over here, I can blow my horn, and break everything. And I believe it does not break the functional flowers. Yeah, doesn't break those. Perfect. Well, let's pick everything up. And already this is giving me a ton of the petals here. So mystical. We've got a lot of everything. I think I was down to my last white petal earlier. We already got 4. So works pretty quickly. Good so I don't have to go out and gather things manually, or the other method, which is just bone mealing the petals to get the tall flowers. Those are good methods, but they're kind of annoying to automate. This one obviously is not automatic, but basically if I ever run low on anything, I can come back here and this will be full anyway, and I can just come and, pick up everything at once, and I should be good for flowers for quite a while after that. So that is, I'd say, pretty successful. And something we can do just to prevent it from drawing mana all the time, well, at least until it's filled up its area. Lever next to it, turn it on, got the little red sparkles there indicating it's powered, and no more flowers are being formed. So that works. I'm going to break these so I've got a big area that's clear, and I think that should be basically done project. So I'm happy with it. One slight change I want to make is I'm going to replace the dropper here with an item shifter, or open crate rather, with the item shifter, because I think this might be a bit faster. Maybe, no, it's still about the same. The problem is I want it to drop more than 1 at a time. I'd like it to drop basically a full stack. Because these guys burn so quickly that what's happening is In this case, you can see just this guy is getting power. It's only one with this little flame particle, because the rest of them are like, okay, well, there's an item there, but it just appeared, so we're going to wait a little bit to burn it. And so what ends up happening is it just drops at basically the same rate. So even though I've got 4 flowers here, basically only one's doing all the work, which means I'm getting about a quarter of the mana rate that I should be getting. So, okay, item shifter is not doing its job, what I want. Another idea we could try is a toss turret with just toss and touch. Yeah, touch toss. So what that'll do is it'll drop 1 full stack at a time, and then if I have that on a timer, then what I can do is once the pressure plate is powering it, then it won't do any more. So it'll just do 1. It'll wait until all of those have been burnt, and then it will toss another stack. I think that will work. Now the question is, will you power it directly? I don't think you will, but we can find out. Do I have a timer turret? I do. Perfect. So let's place this right about here, face down, and let's grab ourselves a scribe table. Do I have one on me? I don't. Where did I put that? Okay, we've got ourselves touch toss. Place you in here. Double check there. Touch toss. Yep. And place you there. Now nothing will happen because it does need source for this. Do I have any full jars? I have 1 full jar here. I'm curious as to how much this is actually going to how much it's going to cost to run. I don't think it's a whole lot. Okay, that's good to know. Let's break that, because that's not what I wanted. I wanted to fire straight down. What seems to be happening is it appears inside the block here, and so because of that, it, like Minecraft item physics, if you have like a 1D pole here, drop an item in, then place the block, it kind of jumps out in a random direction. That's basically what's happening here with the spell turret, it looks like, where it just mostly goes over there, which is not ideal. Can I put blocks around you to solve that? Let's grab some glass maybe. You know what, we'll make it, no, I'm just going to use regular glass. So if I do just 2 high on each side, is that going to solve my problem or not? I'm leaning towards probably not, but let's try it. Yeah, nope. It does work for dropping them, but I don't like it bouncing out like that. Okay, next test here. I moved it down, so ideally it'll pop into that space, but we'll see if that actually does anything or not. Let's put a glass on top of you as well. Apply that, and let's get our mana jar, source jar. You know, I think that might work. We'll let that sit for a little bit. I'll see where the next one ends up. It does appear to be powering itself, which is exactly what I wanted. I think that will work. Let me move these items down into here, though, which is going to be a long process. But I think this is a good thing. I think it works. Okay, that's actually pretty clean here. We've got it open on top. You know, let's close that. I threw my glass back, didn't I? Glass. Thank you. Might swap this out for mana glass later. Might swap it out for the connected glass. But I think this works. It throws 1 stack at one whole stack at a time here, which I think is good for when we're using the saplings. We've got plenty of them in here. I think that works. They're all working. They're all getting the power and slowly filling up the jar. So I'm happy with that. And each time it just tosses it straight in. Yeah, that's working. It's working exactly as I wanted it. Well, we've got that kind of just filling up, charging up that mana pool. And in the meantime, I've been doing some trading with my villagers over there. Getting a bunch of emeralds because I was getting low. But also to get some weapons here, which I can then, you know, combine and get the next level of all the enchantments here. So basically this is just a single diamond to get the sword, combine them together, and I can upgrade fire aspect, sharpness, and unbreaking. Once I get this other one set for that as well, I can then strip off the enchantments, which I need the lapis lazuli for that, to make the disenchanting books. No, why do I search for that? I need to search for this. Disenchanting, I don't have any books available right now. Let's go ahead and make a couple. Lots of books as well from our librarian. And once again, out of lapis. So how are we? Oh, because I didn't put it in there. Okay, 18 more books should be good. Basically, I just want to get books for all the enchantments. instead of going the route of Botania enchanting, which is awesome, but it also requires a whole lot more mana than I actually have access to right now. Instead, I'm going to just get a bunch of books and just manually put them onto the armor here. So I'm going to go ahead and keep trading these guys for a little bit more. I think the sword dude is out though. Are you not restocking yet? Okay, so I only get 3 out of you before you need to restock. And you're done restocking for the day, so that's annoying. So instead, let's get our actual armor upgraded. We need to get a bunch of this blaze fiber. I think 12 was enough of that. Gets me 24 of the blaze fiber, so this can be turned into the tier 2 armor, but I've already got that, so we need the tier 3 armor, which is Chorus. Now I actually have quite a bit of Chorus to begin with here. Someone had dropped some off at my base a while back, and I've just been kind of growing it slowly. I think 12 and 12, I think that's it. Perfect, and fiber. So let's go ahead and make our armor. So we got pants, hat, boots, and last but not least, a chest plate, or robes rather. Cool. Now I could enchant this regularly like I did with these, but like I said, we've got villagers. We can get trades pretty easily. We can get enchantments pretty easily. Do I have an armor smith? I have a toolsmith and a mason. Let me figure out what it is. I can't remember what it is to get a armor smith, but let me grab one of those guys. Hello there, villagers. Please make me another of you because I need another one, please. Wake up. Good morning, villagers. Do you have a baby yet? It'd be really cool if you did. Should I scoot over here? Yay, baby. Cool. And yoink. Okay, now what do you need in order to be an armorsmith? Okay, Mr. Blast Furnace. You go there, and villager can go in there. Hello, my armorer. What have we got? You want iron leggings for... That's expensive. You're too expensive. Let's go over here. Because you need some training. I've got this little area here. Hello there. You can stay in there for a little bit. I'll just wait over here. Cool, thank you. Good training session. Cool. You can come out here. And I'm surprised you're not burning. Right, there we go. Okay. Hello, villager. You can go back over to your little holding area here. I wanted you to stay as an armorer, but I think it'll give me bonuses anyway. Cool. Iron helmet. I'll take it. Those are my iron rolls. You can't have them. And, you know, I'm just going to toss this into storage here. It doesn't really matter. I can melt them down or something later, but for now, that works. 1, 2, 3. I want... Oh, right. I'll take all your hats. Thank you. So it's always annoying to do the villager grind here, but it's actually not too bad if you've got access to, you know, your entire storage all at once. Oh, look, you want iron. Perfect. Iron. A couple of those, and you only want 1 iron per. Perfect. Your training seems to have been successful. Okay, diamonds. Nope, don't care about that. Oh, you're done with trade? You're done trading those? Fine. Chainmail helmets, it is. Maybe I'll fill up some armor stands or something with that. Throw you away. And you're an expert level. Protection, unbreaking. We'll grab some protection and unbreaking, I suppose. 2, 3. No, you can give me 3. Unbreaking 2, why not? 1 more. Cool. He should now be all the way up. Diamond, you're now a master. Let's see. Blast protection and mana boost. You know what? That's not too bad. I would have preferred unbreaking or protection 4, but you know what? Mana boost, that's useful too. Now, when you normally combine books, what will happen is it gets more and more expensive. So what I'm trying to do here is combine them when they are still as items, so then I can strip it off and it's a brand new book with basically no extra enchantment cost. So there's one of those. Let's combine the legs as well. And our boots. I'm breaking 3. My goal is to get basically just all my armor set up. So I want protection, unbreaking, mana boost, mana regen on everything. And then of course on the hat, the various water ones. And for the boots, I would like the feather falling mostly. So it's going to take a little bit, but it'll be worth it, I think. So one of the guys on the server here, or gal rather, the Octave system, she dropped off Perry the Protector here, who is kind of interesting. He's a vein golem here, or not golem, vein goblin. Yes, that's the word. But his thing is these books. He sells all of the protections level 5. So that's just blank diamond leggings plus a protection 4 book gets me protection 5 leggings, which yeah, not too bad. Diamond leggings, protection 4 book. Protection 4 book. There we go. Just need to click it, and protection 5 leggings. Perfect. So basically what I'm going to be doing is, like this set here, I finally finished upgrading that one to the highest it'll go. I'm going to strip off the enchantments off of that one, use that protection 4 book with the leggings I just took it off of. I'll end up with an extra unbreaking book, and I'll be able to get that level 5. So I'm going to do that for all my armor pieces, and it's taking quite a while, honestly. But it's working. So let's come over here. Let's put you in offhand. Grab a disenchanting book. Disenchanting. And nope, other way around. I've got way too much junk on me. Lapis, you can go back. Iron, I'm good for now. And let's go ahead and grab ourselves, in theory, awesome, a protection 5 book. Cool. That's 1 of 4, so that'll take a while. We have been pretty busy here, so let me grab this last protection and take a look at what we got. So my current plans, sword and armor. So that's kind of the main things I need. It's not going to be a diamond sword. I'm going to get the enchanter sword. That's over here. But otherwise it's going to be basically the same. So what have we got? We've got looting, sweeping edge, and sharpness 4. And those are all pink there because these are 1 level higher than what you can normally get. I'm also going to be putting unbreaking and mending on those. Mending is down here somewhere. So that's kind of the current plan. Now Zachris has offered, he's offered us that we can use his mana enchanter here. So we're going to take a look at whatever he's got over there for how many pools, and whether or not this will actually be enough. I'm kind of thinking it won't be, just because there's so much stuff here. Still kind of mapping out, making sure I've got everything. Additional things is Depth Strider, it's Feather Falling. We'll go with Depth Strider 2, I guess, because that's the highest book that I have for that. Otherwise, Blessing, which gives a short buff when hit. Tombstone Soulbound, which means it'll keep it when I die. Reactive 1. I generally don't do reactive on my armor, but I'm going to put just level 1 on everything, and we'll kind of see what spell I want to put on that. Maybe just a simple like heal spell or something like that. But I want only reactive 1 on my armor. That way it doesn't just completely drain my mana. And then mending, of course, as well. So let me, you know, let's put all this into a backpack. I think I've got those in my ender chest here. Grab a gold backpack, I think. So let me sort these out, and we can head over to Zachris' place. And of course we've got our warp system, so not too difficult to get there. Let's see, Zachris' place. So mine is this here. Zachris' is sea lanterns. Toss that in. Bell rings. And we arrive at Zachris' house. It's going to take a little bit for the world to load in here because this wasn't already loaded. And next up, I need to find out where he actually put this stuff. Additionally, we've got some more goblins up top here, so we can maybe do a couple more trades just to see what we've got. Can we climb, please? Lots of goblins, lots of villagers. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's see. This guy here has a couple... Open up, please. I just had you open. Someone else must be teleporting. So he's got some, basically each of these have randomized tools, armor, and weapons with various enchantments on them. Apparently we're not allowed to look at him anymore. There we go. He has Fortune 4, which is pretty useful. Unbreaking, I've already got plenty of unbreaking, so I think we're good as far as these goblins go. Anything else to look at? See, unbreaking, no. I would like... actually, he's got some regular villagers in here somewhere as well. Because I could definitely use some villagers for respiration. Would be very useful because I don't have that yet. Fire protection, efficiency, unbreaking, more fortune. I think that's kind of about what we're going to get here. So these also require to have the book. So the fact that I don't have a respiration book makes that a little hard. Let's go see if we can find some villagers. I know Rook has some. If we take a look on the map here, Rook is actually closer to where I am. Here's my base up here, Rook's place is down here. I believe he has a bunch of villagers in this house. So we'll take a look at that. and see if we can get all the books that we need. Alright, Zach says that the luminizers will take us up to the ship there, and that's where the enchanting apparatus is. So there, looks like he's got 2 directional, so he's got one going there, one coming back. Let's take a look over here. Climb on up, which we're just up here, of course. And let's see, if I right-click you, it's been a while since I've used these. Wrong one, apparently. Let's try this one. Yep. Right-click there, and we will not really teleport, we'll fly up here to his ship. Which he's done a little bit of interior decorating up here. Pretty cool. He didn't say where. There's a bunch of mana, so presumably the enchanter is nearby. Aha, here we go. So we've got our ring taken off. Let's go ahead and plop down our gold backpack full of cool goodies. So that's not what I wanted. You can place those, by the way. Okay, so backpack, plop you down, and let's start with our regular armor. And we'll take everything except for the helmet because I do want to try to get respiration on that. So let's see, Archmage robes, toss you on. We need, let me put these all in order here. Aqua Affinity is helmet, mana boost, mana regen, unbreaking, protection. Depth Strider is not for that. Reactive, mending, blessing, soulbound. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you. And of course I don't have my Wand of the Forest on me, do I? Oh, he has one sitting here. Perfect. Thank you. Activate you. And we'll see how much mana he has left. Okay, we've got ourselves Soulbound, Reactive 1, Mending, Blessing, Protection 5, Unbreaking 4, Mana Regen 3, and Mana Boost 3. Not too shabby. Let's see what kind of damage that did to his mana pool supply. Oh, you got plenty. Perfect, okay. I thought they'd use a lot more. So let's go ahead and do that to the rest of our stuff. This may take a while. Alright, well we've got our last thing here, so let's toss all of our books back down. Now this is the helmet, and I didn't have respiration, but what I can do actually is... I don't need those, those are for the boots. Punch, thank you. What I can do is I can add that manually via the enchanting apparatus. So this is the mana enchanter from Botania. It takes books, it doesn't consume the books, but it just adds the items directly. But the enchanting apparatus, it doesn't use books anymore, it uses, well, it never did, I guess. Basically, you just have a different recipe. So if I open up my book here, go to documentation, respiration 3, you have to apply the previous levels first. So if we go to respiration, it's just water essence and source gems. We've got plenty of source gems, and to be honest, water essence is basically just a source gem anyway, a single one. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. We now have a complete set. Nothing is named, of course, but we've got lots of enchantments on everything. So I'm happy with that. Let's go to the apparatus. Alright, so we are here at home. We've got our enchanting apparatus set up here, and I want to create the enchanter's sword, which is 2 blocks of gold, 2 source gem blocks, and a diamond. So let's go ahead and grab that diamond as well. Just one, thank you. So these are pretty simple. Plop, plop, 3, 4, and our diamond goes wherever. There's no specific order of where these have to be. They just have to all be within a certain range. Same goes for vertical. This can go up higher or lower. A couple blocks. I can't remember the exact distance. So there goes our enchanter's sword. And let's figure out what we need in order for this to work. We need a lot of water essence. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 water essence. So let's figure out how to make those. Essence. Water's right here. We need water bucket, kelp, and a snow block. I think we have all of that. 1 snow block. Kelp, please. And a bucket of water, which we've got a couple of. Perfect. Okay, let's go over to our little imbuement setup here. And you, let's take out you. I don't remember which one this is creating, but I don't need it right now. Sugar can go in there as well. And I. Okay. So let's go ahead, place these in. 1 kelp, 1 snow block, 1 water bucket, and let's get ourselves some gems. We don't need that many. I'll grab 32 for now. Toss you in there, and it will start working. Now we have source nearby, so it should go pretty quick. should of course is always the operative word here. Once that changes, there we go, we can take out this plank then, and now it'll only grab them once they're ready. So that should go pretty quickly. I think you are charging up. Yes, that's directing to this thing back here, the depositor relay, which is then filling up the source jars from my main storage over there. So, got a couple in here now. Need one more, please. Thank you. That'll get us at least started on the first round. However, it occurs to me that we actually need a jar over here as well. So let's go ahead and grab this one. And while we're at it, we're going to put you up there. Okay. And let's grab our wand. That's not a wand, that's a head. So we can then bind this directly. So this one here, this splitter, it can be sent to either relays or to jars. So right now it's sending to a depositor relay over there, which fills up several jars around it, which powers my smelter as well as the flight ritual in this area. And then over here, I can just have it go directly to this jar. So just keep that jar full. So let's go ahead and grab our helmet. Place you in there. It says no recipe found, of course. That was, let's see, documentation, previous page, 2 water essence, 2 source gem. Water essence, source gem. 1, 1, 2, 2. And helmet goes in. That used quite a bit of source, but it filled up quickly, so no big deal. Oh, and while we're here, let's grab our enchanter sword. Cool. This one, I'm going to send it through mana enchanting first, just because it's going to be a lot faster than doing it this way, because this takes a while, mostly because I have to get these essences. Let's grab these guys. There we go. And let's see, our next level needs 4 and 4. Easy enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take you out. And let's put you back in. Where did my help? Thank you, Starbuncle. Okay, there we go. And the last level is just 6 essence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 gem blocks. So 2, there we go. Got our helmet. Let's go ahead, throw you back in there for one last time, and get ourselves some Respiration 3. Well, we'll have to think of some creative names for these, but for now, we have ourselves just about everything we'll need. They all have Mana Boost 3, Mana Regen 3, so it's going to greatly improve my mana here, as well as, of course, the protection on it is going to hopefully help my survivability. So let's throw those on and see how we look. We look the same! Yeah, let's have our turn these back on. Turn you, and you. There we go. Bright pink. Let's go ahead and hide that. Much better. Now, another thing we can do with these robes, actually, if I look up Archmage, what we can do is we can actually turn this through the imbuement chamber into source steel, or into in the smithing table with these sigils, we can turn them into the various other leggings. I'm not entirely sure, and I probably should have checked if this keeps the enchantments, but basically what you can do, this gear, it adds 1 amplify to the respective school spells. So for instance, Harm is a earth spell, so Geomancer's leggings. If I have 4 items equipped, I was going to say 4 legs, if I have 4 items equipped, then it will add +4 amplify to all of my earth spells. What are earth spells? Well, let's take a look. Does it say in here? No, it does not. I think maybe JEI? JEI? Why am I? Yeah, I want, let's say Harm. Schools, element earth. Okay. Let's see this in here. School is anima. We don't have any robes for that though. Let's type in glyph. It's probably better. You can take a look at these. Manipulation, fire, so flare and ignite. You can get a very strong flare spell by basically adding +4 amplify depending on what you're wearing. Those, as far as I know, do not have any drawbacks like adding a dampen. There is also I think it's a necklace, maybe a spell focus, where if you wear that, it'll add an amplify to your respective thing, like air, so you get more powerful lightning, but it will have a dampen on everything else, including such as like Glyph of Flare is going to have a dampen on it. So we can kind of play with that later, but I think I'm happy with my robes as they are, with maybe a few tweaks here and there, like I wanted to bump up the depth strider on this, for instance. In fact, let me do that real quick. Alright, Depth Stride is pretty cheap. It is a Heart of the Sea, which I have a few of those. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Take a look here. 4 Water Essence and then 3 Source Gem blocks. So 1, 2, 3. Now I can add these back through here and bump up their level of Depth Strider. So we can move a little bit faster in the water. And I think with that we can retire our old armor. Where's a good spot to put you on display? We'll put you over here. You fit there? Perfect. So I don't have any enchantments on my hood right now because I did take that off in order to upgrade some of these books. I think it had, I want to say it had the mana regen on it. So it needed to use that, so oh well. But we can put our stuff on here. You served me well, thank you. Everything else you can go into storage. Do I have a good spot to store the stuff? Not really. Let's hop down here to our villagers. I need to work on my layout here because I'd like a quicker way of getting down to the villagers from that room, but I guess I don't really need it. Not really sure. While we're here, actually, though, sharpness, sweeping edge, looting. We don't need feather falling or depth strider. We need mending, soulbound. I don't want reactive on the sword. Aqua affinity, no. Nope, that's okay. Have everything. I think that's all. Okay. So that would be Unbreaking, Soulbound, Mending, Looting, and Sweeping Edge, and Sharpness. I think that's everything I need on this sword. And let's pop over to Zachrys's one last time and get our sword set up. I do like how it looks sitting there. That's kind of a cool little display case. But we added all of our items there, using up all of Zachrys's mana as well. He did just refill it. He has, I guess he had like 300 levels on him or something. So Rose Arcana will pull that off and turn it into mana. So once this is ready, we will have our sword, and I think it'll be good. I should make a shield too. Right, this one for some reason doesn't display the enchanted glow there, but still enchanted. Perfect. There we go. You do, how much damage did that say? 11.5. Not too bad. Okay, I couldn't resist. Made myself a shield as well. We can enchant this with, it can take at least reactive. Everything can take reactive, but it won't. A lot of people want it to basically cast the spell when you parry with it, when you block with it. But currently does not do that. It would act as any other reactive or random item. So if I put it in my hand here and punched with it, then it could cast if I had reactive. So I'm not going to bother with that. Let's see, what else can it take? Mending, of course, will heal it. Unbreaking is good. Curse of Vanishing with various curses. Soulbound, maybe. I might put on it. For now, I'm just going to leave it unenchanted. But I have some science to do. And it's probably going to result in death, but that tends to be the case. Let's go ahead, throw everything in here, take off our Magnus in here, isn't it? Magnus there. Okay, so 2 things I want to test. One is, can this block this? I'm thinking no. And 2 is, can I survive? I'm also thinking no. So let's find out. Block and step in. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Heart and a half. Now let's try without blocking. 2.5 hearts or so. Did that actually make a difference? 2 hearts. And 2 hearts. Okay, so it doesn't make a difference. Cool. Shields will not do anything on that. Makes sense. I need to bump you up to tier 3. Right now it's just got Amplify 2s on there. So good to know. That still hurts though. Let's grab our spellbook. Ego 1, 1, 2, 3. Everything else I don't care. You know, I want you in 4. Let's go ahead, heal ourselves up. Not too bad. And I think we've gotten quite a lot done today. We started our little Botania area over there. We have a little bit of infrastructure. Did some building. Building's always fun. And upgraded our armor. And now it's shiny. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.